What is up, guys? Milk here, and today we are back in action playing some Feed the Beast Infinity. It's going to be freaking amazing. If you guys enjoy, make sure to go and click the like button. I'd really appreciate it, and it helped me out tremendously. So last time I unveiled the new base to you guys, I've probably spent a good 12 to 15 hours working on it since then, just because I like building. I just have went pretty much ham on the base. So also last time I added some contrast to the video. I usually do to all my videos, but I had some contrast and some saturation in Premiere, like in editing, to the video to make it seem a little bit more vibrant. I do that to most of my videos now. It's kind of a new thing that I've been doing. And anyways, so you guys couldn't actually see this. This looked all black, and it probably still looks kind of black, but you should be able to see this outline right here if I don't add any contrast, which I'm not going to. So yeah, a lot of people complain that they couldn't see the outside, but the point isn't really seeing the outside. I'm going to eventually add stuff to where you can see the outside. This is just a basic build of the base, so you know it's going to adapt and change over time, and this is just right now it's just a cube, which it's going to stay a cube, but I'm going to add some like words and like some outlines and some other cool stuff, and eventually we're going to have outcroppings like this right here, which I'll show you guys. This is actually not an entrance. This is supposed to go to another chamber of the base, but I decided, I made a design for the core, which I don't think I had. I don't know if I had any designs for the core in the last episode, but I decided to make all the hallways going to other sections of the base based on the core here. So this is the core. Well, this is the hallway, actually. This isn't done. The way I want to eventually do it, I'll show you guys that here in a second. Is we're going to have an elevator that goes up into the center, and then we're going to have a glass hallway that walks in the center of this. Now, you will be able to actually go through around the sides and fly anywhere you want to, but the main hallway I want to have is just going to be kind of like in the center of these hallways. Now, this is a full, I like to call this a full like one-piece hallway here. This is the design that I will repeat, but the end of the next room I'm going to build is actually going to be right here. So yeah, this is like a full one segment that goes to another building. Each of these, I have these guys here in the middle. These are like anti-blocks. I think they look pretty cool. So let's check out the core. Let's actually check out the core. So as you can see, we have the core right here. I wrote the core on it using the rainbow one, the rainbow blocks right here. They're really cool from Hexcraft. We have a little outline right here, which looks pretty good. And then this is the core itself. We're using rainbow blocks, so these actually all change color with the words up here. As you can see, for some reason, I have freaking skeletons and stuff spawning here, even though this is 100% lit up. If you guys remember before, we had these in lines. I've got rid of all those and evenly spaced out lights in carpenter's blocks. If we look right here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, well, you'll see a carpenter's block right here. This actually has a piece of glowstone in it. It's lighting up, and then if we press F7, you'll see that there's no dark spots anywhere. So yeah, it works out pretty good. I just pressed F7, by the way, if you guys didn't know. So yeah, this is the core. I want to eventually have more words. This is going to be kind of like a... I don't even know, like a graffiti ceiling that's kind of like that's gonna have different words. Like right here, I want to put like, because right here is supposed to be like the gardens, or you know where we grow our plants and stuff. And I'm gonna have like either gardens or plants or something right here as a word that goes out here. And as you can see, it's green to represent the the green wing of the base where we grow all of our crops and stuff like that. So right here, this is the core. Each of these rooms right here are 15 blocks tall. Then there's a 3 thing above that, then 15, then 3, then 15, then 3. And then under here is actually supposed to be another 3, but I haven't got around to doing that yet. So yeah, this is the core. We have these guys right here, so it's the same design as that, except we have a centerpiece right here. So the centerpiece, this is actually liquid, or like, I think it's liquid conductive redstone from like Ender.io. So yeah, it looks really, really good. I think it was the closest fluid I could match that actually matches this. Now, I was going to do different colors, but I think the red actually looks nice and sweet. Now, this is actually flying accessible, or I mean, I guess flying like if you can't fly, you can still get up this. These are elevator blocks. So right here, the thing is they don't go all the way up. So we actually have a midway point right here inside of the fluid, which I think is pretty funny. Then this is the second floor. So the second floor is where we started doing our Steam stuff, which is where we're going to be doing some more Steam stuff. And then these are going to have words and stuff too, based on like what the floor is based on. So like right here, we might have Steam. We might do the power like right here. So we might just say power right here, stuff like that. So let's go up to the next floor. Boom, boom, and then this is the third floor, which is the final floor. So this is only 3 floors tall. And then up here is just some glass. This is actually vibrant quartz glass. I think the build is looking pretty sweet so far. Tell me what you guys think, though. I've spent a lot of time on it, and I think it's starting to look pretty good. And then over time, it's just going to look better. And then we can actually get on top of the ceiling right here. We have these stupid nymph like things from Ars Magic everywhere. They're stupid creatures. Anyways, so we can come down here, and then I guess I'll just do like a fly down. I think it looks really sweet. Now, my one problem is this middle spot and then these little pathways. I made these pathways just because in case someone can't fly, you know, that's like a big block jump right there. So it kind of blocks it a little bit, but I still think it looks nice and sweet. And hopefully you guys like it as well. I've been doing a lot of time into it. And this is my favorite part right here is the core, where it just slowly shifts color. And then the whole core itself actually shifts color too, which is pretty cool. I would have done the rainbow things too, but it would have been like, I would have felt like it would have been a lot of the same color. So I like having like this constant red right here. And I feel like red is more of a core color. As I said before, I was going to do this in yellow, but I decided red was better. Red is more of a, I guess, like in-your-face kind of color. At least for me it is. So yeah, there we go. We have the core. Then I like the outline. I actually added the outline later without any plans of actually doing it, and I think it looks pretty good. Also, the letters, like I guess the font I chose is my own custom font, obviously, but it is pretty consistent too, so I think it looks pretty sweet. Anyways, today what we are going to do is actually hopefully finish our Steam setup. Off camera, I finished the second tank over here, and then I've added a third row of boilers. So we actually had room for a third row of boilers. So we have 15 total boilers, which might be a little overkill, to be honest. But we need to make a bunch of vats, and then we need to actually have a potato system. I don't think I'm going to do like the whole garden system today. We're probably just going to bring over a couple barrels of potatoes and stuff that we need to actually make the hooch, and then just run the system off that. And I'm still not sure exactly where I'm going to stick it, actually. What we might do is stick like the vat system and the power system on the same area. I'm not 100% sure. And then we have pipes routing underneath of it or something. Or I could have the power system on the opposite side and then do like the vat system somewhere else. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm going to go away for a second. I'm going to make a bunch of vats and then try to get everything together if I remember. And we will start doing all of the cool stuff that is required. Okay, we're back. So we are back at the, I guess, the spawn base now. And it looks like White War has actually left me a gift. So he actually showed me yesterday in Ars Magic. He made a Chidori, which is, I guess, Sasuke's like lightning thing that he does, lightning jutsu or whatever. But I think he made the same thing for me. I'm not 100% sure. Blazing Chidori. Let's just go ahead. Yeah, let's pick something. Sure, that right there. Boom. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Sure. Let's just go ahead and name it that. And it uses a lot of my mana, though. It's really cool. It's Blazing Chidori. Mana cost 8. Oh, it's like 500 normally. But has Lightning, Arcane, Ender, Fire, and Earth. I'm not sure exactly what he used. I think this is a couple of different things, which is pretty cool. I am going to get an Ars. I know a few people have asked me about Ars. I am going to get into Ars more. I'm just kind of like, I got distracted by doing the base and doing some tech stuff. We're also going to be doing some more of this soon once we finish our power thing. I want to get an awesome system. Speaking of that, some of you guys might be curious how much plasma we made in the past few days. It's 7 buckets, so yeah, not that much. But this isn't chunk loaded either, so yeah, that's also a thing. Oh, it also... Okay, so it filled up on matter dust, so it stopped actually making plasma. That was actually probably the cause as well. And then the goal is to actually have multiple of these matter decomposers with a bunch of upgrades in them. So like having 5 of these fully upgraded should be making us lots of plasma, which should be very, very good. And then we'll have it all kind of like backlogged into a tank or something. I think that would be pretty sweet. Let me go ahead. I'm going to throw the matter dust in here. So we are going to make a, each of the steam boilers actually needs water. So we're going to make a aqueous accumulator per one. I'm going to make the hardened machine frames just in case they're not fast enough and we need to put like a single upgrade or whatever in them. I didn't think it was worth actually making a fully upgraded resonant one. So yeah, that's what we got so far. Let me go ahead and stick some of this stuff away. And then we need some water so we can do some bucket action. So let me go ahead and fill this guy up with water. I think we can just do something like this. Yep, there we go. And just get a few buckets of this. I don't know how many buckets we need. We probably need 30, actually. So yeah, let me go ahead and fill this up to 30. And then that will be very, very good. Because each of these guys actually need 2. So let me go ahead and grab that. There we go. So that should be plenty. Oh, let me stop lagging or whatever. Also, the cool thing about the new base is since there's nothing else around, I get max frames. And by max, I have my frame limiter set at 120. I get 120, and it stays at that pretty much constantly. But we don't have any stuff in there yet. But it looks like all the Carpenter's blocks and all the Hexcraft blocks actually doesn't cause any lag. Also, the Hexcraft guy, the mod author, contacted me and said, because I think I complained a couple episodes ago that everything was too expensive. He said, like, a lot of stuff is cheaper now. So we need to actually update Hexcraft, and then I don't know if he's added any new features or what. I'm sure if he watches this video, he'll comment down below. He seems like a really cool guy. So, yeah, there we go. So we have the aqueous accumulator. We have some water. Now, I don't need any pipes, but I do need some stuff. So what I've been doing is, let's grab some... Okay, so the way I have actually been making all of the basalt is you need some smooth stone. You need to then turn it into Botania andesite. So let me just go ahead and do that. We should get a bunch of Botania andesite. We have like unlimited mana, so it's pretty good. Let me go ahead and throw the rest of the stone in here. We'll get a bunch of andesite, and then we throw in the andesite, and then there we go. Look at that. We have stuff. So it's pretty easy to make as long as you have enough stuff. And we have lots of mana. The cake factory is working out splendidly. So there we go. We have a bunch of basalt. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to head back. The way I've been going back and forth, I actually haven't made a proper portal yet, is I just do that. And then there we go. We are back now. There we go. Okay, sweet. Let me throw that away. And then let's come up here. So we're going to do one of these guys on the back of every single one of them. So let me grab my red print real quick. Let's grab these guys, the aqueous accumulators. Then we're just going to come in behind here and then just install these guys. So we can stick them anywhere. I'm just going to stick them in the back. We have 15 of them, so we need to put one. I'm going to put one in every single one of these guys. Now, we could probably get away with just a couple of these, but I just want to, just for... I have the resources, so why not, why not? Let's just go ahead and do it to the max potential here. And then I'm going to take some basalt, and we're just going to do a little bit. Oh, I made normal basalt. You know what? That's fine. We'll just go. We can turn this into smooth basalt. It's pretty easy, actually. We just do a little crafting recipe and turn it into smooth basalt like that. There we go. A polished basalt, I should say. But, this is fine. So let me build all this, and then we'll come back and do everything. Okay, so now I have everything placed. It's just pretty much just placing down a crap ton of water. That's all we got to do now. So we just placed, and also we didn't need the red print. I was going to save and copy settings, but this should automatically output all the water that we need actually into the steam boiler, so that works out pretty well. So there we go. This first row is done. This should start filling up the water. Yep, there we go. It's filling up the water. It'll get fully maxed out, and then hopefully that'll be enough water to actually supply all the water we need for every steam boiler. The next thing up is actually all the automated hooch stuff, so let me get that stuff prepared. Now we'll be back. Okay, we're back. So I have the vats. I have everything we need. I'm pretty sure we have some of these guys right here. Now I'm still not exactly sure I'm going to set this up, but I think we're going to set this up together. Now this is not the final place. This is not the final resting place of where I want this to actually be, but we want, I think, something like this. Let me go ahead and build this up a little bit like so. Then we're going to stick some vats. I think we're going to stick some vats like so. We want 5. We're going to do 10. I think 10 total. Let's just go ahead and do this. And then we want probably this to come up the side. And then I have some flux-plated fluid ducts, which we're going to stick, I think, in the center. I'm not 100% sure if we want this in the center, but we might stick this in the center. You know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead and stick this in the center. And then we're going to stick a aqueous accumulator on this as well. So let me go ahead and grab the aqueous accumulator. I went ahead and made it a resonant because I'm not sure exactly how much this actually uses. But let's just go ahead and do that right there. And then we probably want to do some water right here. Boom. Okay, so we have some water buckets. Let me go ahead and stick the water buckets in here. There we go. So this should start doing its thing, right? Is this going to do its thing? This is not filling up with water. Why you no fill up with water, bro? Why you no fill up with water? Let's just go ahead and do this. Yes. Yes, there we go. And then we want this to output out the bottom. And then all these guys should be filling with water, and we can obviously upgrade this. So let me go ahead and grab some stuff. We want to make this way faster. I think this is processing speed, right? So I don't know if processing speed actually affects the aqueous accumulator, but we're going to go ahead and give it a go. So let's just go ahead and stick these guys in here. It should maybe possibly make this faster. Oh, yeah, it does definitely seem to actually get a lot more water. I'm not sure if that affects it or not, but anyways, these guys are all filled with water. Then what we want to do is we want to probably output the hooch on the side, like so. Boom, and then boom. There we go. So the hooch will be outputted on this, and then we'll want to configure this, tell it to do that kind of thing, or I guess push it. Actually, we want it to be pushed right here. So we'll want to do that push. I'll have to set up all of those guys, though. We can use a wrench to actually make that easier. And then we actually need some item ducts because we want to go ahead and grab the stuff over here. These guys, the potatoes, and then this guy. And then we'll go ahead and just add that input into it, and everything will be good. Okay, so the next thing we need is power. So I have this guy right here. We want to set this on meaty lock, and then we're just going to say receiving power. So receiving energy. There we go. Let me turn off all of these guys. Boom. There we go. So it's just receiving energy. All these guys should be receiving energy now. I'm actually using the flux-plated fluid duct so it can do energy and fluids. It's very, very convenient. Then we need to bring power up here. So actually, I kind of forgot to bring normal ducts. But you know what? This is fine. We'll just go ahead and have this come out like so. And then this should be receiving power now. Yes, it is. There we go. So we have a cyclic assembler. Then we want to output these into the cyclic assembler, and we want to turn it into sugar, considering to make hooch, we need sugar and potatoes. So let me go ahead and grab this guy. We're going to say ignored. It should send all of the sugarcane inside of here. Boom. We're just going to say do some of that, and then we're going to output it out the bottom. And then now we need to make a recipe. So for this, I actually need a schematic, which I do not have. Okay, so we have the schematic. Let's just go ahead and teach it the recipe. So it should be 1 sugar cane equals 1 sugar, and then it should all output into this. There we go. Awesome. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. And then pretty much the sugar cane will turn into the sugar. Then we're going to pull out the potatoes and the sugar and put it into here. So we have the impulse item ducts. Just go ahead and route them all along right here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me kill this guy. Boom. And then we just want to go ahead and fill up all these guys right here. So there we go. Okay, then let's just go ahead and do 2 servos, 1 and 2, and then we're going to say round robin. So round robin and then ignored, and then we're going to say round robin and then ignored, and it should stick everything in here. Now, this is one pipeline, so it's going to do one item for another because I don't think multiple items can... Oh, wait, no, it's good. It's good. And then this is going to start making hooch. Then now we just need to actually configure all of these guys. So let me grab my wrench. We'll configure these guys real quick. I think I can use a normal wrench. Can I use a normal wrench? Yeah, I can. We'll output all of these guys right here. There we go. And then we can actually upgrade. Actually, can we upgrade these machines? No, it doesn't look like this. It looks like about as fast as it can possibly go. Let's just go ahead and do that, and then do that. And then do that, and then there we go. Okay, so now we just need the hooch to actually come around and go inside of this guy, and then it will be completely done. 1, 2, and then 3, and then there we go. Okay, so everything is working, guys. Everything's working perfectly. This is going to kind of backlog with the hooch. It's going to start filling up, and everything will be wonderful. Let's see how much hooch we have so far. So it looks like we have, whatever this is, 16 buckets, so about 20 buckets. Looks like it's making hooch decently fast. Which is pretty good. How fast is it actually eating through our potatoes? Is that... Oh, we only had 30 stacks. Okay, so it's only done about it's only used about 1 potato per thing so far. Yeah, it's actually not using that much, which is good. So yeah, this is filling up the hooch, and then what we want to do is have the hooch come from here. We're going to actually have to kill this. So let me kill this right there. Boom. Let me kill this guy right there. And then this is going to keep its liquid content, by the way, so don't worry about that. So we're going to do some of this right there. Okay, so it looks like it can't actually output from the top. I'm guessing because this is like one of those tanks where the fluid actually has to be up there to pull out, which is kind of unfortunate. I would have liked to use multiple tank valves. But anyways, let's just go ahead and use the Signalium servo, and let's pull out. So, so there we go. It should start putting stuff in here. This should start filling up, I guess. With things, stuff and things, possibly. Oh, maybe it actually has to go into the side? Maybe it has to go into the side. Let me go ahead and take the things, and let's do the impulse, not item ducts, the hardened fluid ducts, and then let me try something real quick. So can this work like that? Does this, oh yeah, so now it turns on. It's going to start filling up with the hooch, which is good. Let's just go ahead and hook up the rest of these guys. There we go. Okay, so this is cool. I'm going to have to, like, I kind of wish I could stick these anywhere, but, I mean, I guess it makes sense that it has to be on the bottom. We're just going to go ahead and finish hooking these guys up. They're all going to start heating up and producing steam, which is good, which is very, very good. And then we will just pull out the steam and put it in that tank over there, and then that'll be it. And then I guess we'll make the turbine, and then we will be producing power. Now, the real question is I need to look up actually how many millibuckets a tick that of steam that these actually produce, because that's going to determine how big of a turbine we can actually make. Okay, so yeah, it looks like it's all filled up. It should start heating up. Once it fully heats up, we'll start producing steam. Now, the high-pressure boilers are notorious for taking a very, very long time to heat up. A very long time. I think this has to get up to like 500 C, and I think it takes like an hour just to get up there. So yeah, that's going to take a little while. Anyways, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to, I guess, start figure out a way to route all the steam out of here and maybe let these guys heat up a little bit, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. So I have hooked up these guys. So I want to test out if I needed to get the steam from the bottom, just like you have to input the fluids, but it looks like you can actually get the steam from any side. Now, I couldn't actually get a steam bottle from this because I wanted to use one retriever node. So what I end up having to do is I just stuck a extraction thing on this guy right here. Hey, get out of here, skeleton. I just stuck in an extraction thing right there, and then we are just going to get rid of that. It pulled out the steam, and then I just used a bottle on top of the structure right here. So now all we got to do is just put this, do whitelist, and then ignore, and then it should start pulling out all the steam. There we go. So we already have 400 buckets of steam, which is pretty good. I mean, so it looks like this can actually hold a lot. Now, the resonant portable tank can actually hold 512 buckets, and we already maxed it out. So it looks like this can hold like a lot, actually. It looks like every one of these little 5x5 bottom rows here can hold 512. And this is pretty tall, so this is going to hold a lot of steam. And then that means it's also going to hold a lot of hooch as well. Now, it's been running for a little bit, maybe about 20 minutes or so. For this to actually start producing steam, it has to hit 100 C. Now, I don't know how hot it can get, but I'm assuming the hotter it gets, the more steam it actually produces. So it looks like it is pulling out steam. Also, it looks like it's not pulling out steam fast enough. Holy crap, I did not expect this to be a thing. But look how fast this is actually rising. Holy crap. But it looks like we need some more tanks. So let me go ahead and kill. Oh, no, that is not what I want to do. Let me go ahead and stick these guys back. We're going to stick another tank valve on here. Actually, you know what we might as well do? We might as well stick a third one on here as well. Let's just go ahead and stick these guys right there. And then we are just going to do another hardened fluid duct. Boom. And then we will just be like, boom. And then we will tell it to pull out the steam as well. Boom. And then let us come back behind here and then reform this guy. Let me throw away this crap right here. Where is my Hexorium manipulator? There we go. Okay, so we have this guy. Let's go ahead and reform it. There we go. Sweet. And we are going to have a massive amount of steam. Holy crap. I did not expect for us. So we have 1 kilobucket, so that's 1,000 buckets, I think, right? Yeah, I think we have 2,000. Yeah, we have 2,000 buckets. So it looks like this is going to hold about, I don't know, 5,000 buckets or so, which is pretty ridiculous. Is this pulling out the steam fast enough? Okay, so it actually looks like having 2 of these guys is pulling out the steam fast enough, which is crazy. That means we're producing a lot of steam. Now, I don't know, like, how much we're actually doing, though. Maybe you guys can, like, see the numbers right here and maybe calculate it for me. I looked it up. I'm not sure how much the large ones actually produce. I'll look at it later. I'll calculate it later. But these are fully max size high pressure boilers. So yeah, they produce quite a lot of steam. So yeah, now next up is just using this for power. But I think we're going to save that for next time. I'm going to go ahead and call it here, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to go and click the like button. I'd really appreciate it. Help me out tremendously. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So the next thing we really need to do is we need to make sure that this does not run out of sugarcane or potatoes. So that means either, I guess, tesseracking the stuff over here or making dedicated crop farms for over here to use. So we'll have to do one. I mean, we'll do the dedicated crop farms eventually, but I'm just saying maybe we'll tesseract some of the stuff over here for right now. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest, but we're going to do one of those things. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Also, tell me what you think about the core. I think it looks pretty sweet. And look, this is like filled up in steam almost. Yeah, I think this is completely filled up in steam. How much does this hold? 5.2, so 5,200 buckets of steam, which is, and that would be a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot, and it filled it up pretty fast. That means we're making a lot of steam. Then this is going to back up on hooch. You know, we are making, it looks like we're making way more hooch than we need, to be honest. I think, anyways. So we can even do more steam if we wanted. Also, I'm kind of curious to see if this is enough to run a turbine. We might be able to run a turbine, depending on like how much we make. But I think the advanced generators is going to be a little bit better for us anyways.